want?
No, as long as I got this, I'm good.
Okay. Today is Thursday, May 23rd, 2024. The time is 3:02 p.m. My name is Adam Atamian, the zoning administrator, and I will call this meeting of the zoning administrator to order. First thing on the agenda is to receive and file the minutes of the April 4th, 2024 zoning administrator meeting. I reviewed those minutes and have no changes to make, so I will receive and file those minutes now. Oral and written communications is the next portion of the meeting. I don't see any members of the public here, but just to confirm, if there's anybody from the public that would like to speak, please let us know now. Seeing nobody, we will move on to the public hearing. The public hearing process includes a staff presentation, a presentation by the applicant not to exceed 10 minutes if you wish, and public testimony not to exceed 3 minutes per speaker. Following closure of the public hearing, the zoning administrator will respond to questions raised during the hearing, discuss the issues, and act upon the matter by motion. We have one public hearing today, and that is for development permit 24-039. Mr. Chris Wright is the project planner, and I will turn it over to you. And I will also open the public hearing.
Good afternoon, zoning administrator. This is a request to do an expansion of a single-family residence that is over 50%, and it's non-conforming because the front of the building has a 15.5-foot garage setback where 18 feet is required, and because it's non-conforming, but because it's less than 1,400 square foot home, it can be expanded more than 50% and remain non-conforming if they get a development permit, with the maximum size being 2,100 square feet. So that's what's being proposed. What this would involve is an addition towards the back of the building of 750 square feet, and then below that would be 600 square feet of storage. So it would continue the existing roof line that's 21 feet, whereas the height of the zone is 25 feet, which allows for 2 stories. So the building would still have a 1-story profile from the street, and then towards the back where it's less visible, it would have 2 stories above that grade. So it would remain in character with the neighborhood, wouldn't have, in staff's opinion, massing impacts out of character and incompatibility with others. And so the other thing is that it will bring the front of the yard into conformance with the landscaping standards. There is a hedge and maybe a fence that is over the height limit in the front yard. That one of the fence is on the neighbor's property all the way to the side, and so that's not a subject of the application. It's just the fence on the owner's property. So just to allow this project to move forward, we put a condition of approval that I spoke to the owner about, where the hedge would be trimmed to meet the code, and then the fence, it might be fine as is if they build up the grade below the fence, and we would work with them on that to not slow the project down. So for those reasons, that the project meets the findings that I described, staff can support the application.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Martin, and I don't know how you pronounce your last name. Berube. If you would like to make a statement, now you have up to 10 minutes.
I'm good. I think I have good representation.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. So the only question I have, I've driven by the site and looked at it from the public right-of-way, reviewed all the plans and all the materials. A new up and around sidewalk is proposed as part of this project because the valuation will be more than $50,000, and per Public Works, that's their requirement. Is that correct?
That's
Up
my
and around
understanding.
sidewalk.
Yeah, so the standard condition of approval is in the resolution.
Yeah, and it looks like it's reflected on the plan. So
Yeah.
right now, you've got a sidewalk that comes straight through.
Yep.
Part of this will be installing a new sidewalk that goes up and around the drive approach,
Okay.
and that's for ADA
Got it.
compliance. One note here, the existing garage setback is non-conforming. The reason we have an 18-foot setback is so that vehicles do not park over sidewalks.
Sure.
Since you can't meet that, right now you're legally allowed to park here.
Yep.
But one day this block will have a continuous sidewalk, and when it does, you will not be able to park over a sidewalk. So at some point in the future, just be aware, and this happens whether this is going to be an up and around or not.
Yep.
But when 314 installs a sidewalk and a couple other properties down the street do,
Yep.
and there's a continuous sidewalk for the length of the block,
Sure.
nobody's going to be allowed to park over their sidewalk. So just understand that this will make that even, like, you might be able to get a smart car in there.
Sure.
But at some point in the future,
Okay.
you won't be able to really utilize this space for parking, if that makes sense.
That's where my golf cart will go.
And one day we'll all, or
Yeah.
e-bikes, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, you'll have plenty of them.
Yep.
Okay, well, I don't have any questions beyond that. I do thank staff for their comprehensive report. And in my review of everything, and at this point I will close the public hearing. In my review of everything, I do concur with staff's findings that the project can meet the required findings for approval of the development permit because the proposed addition complies with the development standards. The project is, I don't know if it's correct to say that it will be entirely unseen from the public right-of-way, but it definitely will not add any view impacts. So maintaining the existing nonconformity is not an issue for me. I think that any investment in your property is a good thing, and I thank you for wanting to invest your money in your property in the city. The addition being on the rear of the residence maintains the existing street scene, and there are some aspects of the project that will bring it further into compliance with the code, especially as it impacts the public right-of-way. So based on that, I will determine the project is categorically exempt from the requirements of CEQA and adopt resolution ZA 24-007 approving development permit 24-039 for Ruby Residence, subject to the attached resolution and conditions of approval. Congratulations, sir.
Thanks. You got to spend more money.
There we go. So there is an appeal period of 10 days for the public.
Okay.
But the permit will not be final until the minutes of this meeting are received and filed at the next city council meeting.
Okay.
This would be on the June 18th.
4th.
June 4th?
I can probably get them into.
Okay. So by June 4th, you should be ready to go. I don't know if you've already submitted for the building permits yet, but once you go through that process, you'll be ready to put shovels in the ground. So thank you for working with staff and going through this process. I've got a couple more items here to just finish up this meeting.
Okay.
Otherwise, congratulations.
No, but Chris, I could catch up with you after, because mainly I work through Dana, but and she's probably worked with you before, I'm guessing. But I had other questions on, like, do I have to go get him full MEPs and like kind of next steps before shovels hit the ground and all that good stuff. So,
Okay.
but maybe I could get time with you and Dana.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can figure something
Or
out.
does,
Yeah.
or do I normally go through Dana?
No, I mean, public servant, huh?
Yeah,
Talk to you.
he's your man.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right.
Okay.
Have a
Thank you.
wonderful
Yeah,
Memorial
Oh, did I need to
weekend.
sign something, or
No, well, I will send that to you.
Oh,
I'll send it
okay.
right after this.
is it going to be digital, or
Yes.
do I got to come back?
No,
Okay.
digital
All right.
is fine.
Thank you.
All right, we have no new business, no old business, so I will adjourn this meeting until the next regular meeting of the zoning administrator to be held 3 p.m. on Thursday, June 6th, 2024. Community Development Department in San Clemente.